Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Kari's Confessions, a nonprofit exec tells all. Your go-to podcast for nonprofit leadership insights, crisis management tips, and best practices that help you build an organization that's resilient, effective, and ready for anything. I'm your host, Kari Anderson, principal with Incite Consulting. I spent 25 years in the nonprofit sector in leadership roles with 7 organizations. Now, I provide coaching and consulting services to ensure that nonprofits, like yours, have the structure, systems, and practices to do your best work. Wherever I go, I continue to hear that nonprofit execs need a space to gather, to receive tools, feedback, and advice that encourages them to stay the course. It doesn't matter if you're in a village of 182 or a metropolis of millions, nonprofit work is both gratifying and lonely. I'm here to make sure you have a chance to breathe, laugh, smirk, and get excited again about the important work that you do. My podcast explores the tools and strategies that help nonprofit leaders grow their impact and build resilient organizations. Today, we're diving into one of the most important conversations nonprofits need to be having in 2025, how to diversify your funding sources. Today's session is short and sweet, right? And we'll have 5 key takeaways for you. So we all know the risks of putting all of our eggs in one basket, whether it's relying too heavily on a single grant, a government contract, or one major donor. It leaves your organization vulnerable. Today, I'm going to walk you through 5 smart, actionable strategies to diversify your funding and create a more resilient financial future for your mission. Let's get started. So, strategy number 1, harness technology for recurring donations and peer-to-peer fundraising. If you haven't yet tapped into monthly giving platforms like DonorBox, Classy, or Give Lively, now's the time. These platforms make it incredibly easy for supporters to give on a recurring basis. And monthly donors, they are some of your most loyal folks. Their retention rates are higher, and those smaller gifts add up fast, especially when you reduce the administrative lift through automation. Now, let's kick that up a notch. Combine that recurring strategy with peer-to-peer fundraising. What's that? Well, thank your supporters, board members, or volunteers running birthday fundraisers, 30-day challenges, or live stream events on your behalf. They're reaching people you may never have access to. The magic lies in equipping them with easy-to-use fundraising pages, visuals to share, and clear goals to rally behind. This combo doesn't just diversify income, it builds community. And pro tip, use one CRM platform that can do all of this. I recommend Ariva, and you can check out their partner link on my website. So tip 2, cultivate major donors and explore non-cash assets. So let's talk first about major donors. And no, this isn't just about asking for big checks. It's about building real, authentic relationships. Let me say that again. Real, authentic relationships. We don't chase checkbooks. So this starts with understanding who in your network already has the capacity to give at higher levels. Tools like iWave or Wealth Engine, when incorporated with your CRM, can help you screen existing contacts and prioritize your outreach. Once you've identified these prospects, invite them in, literally. Host behind-the-scenes tours. If you've got a physical or tangible space, host small roundtables, either at your office or maybe at a donor's home, or mission impact briefings. Let them see the difference that their support can make with your organization. And here's the part that many organizations miss: non-cash gifts. What do I mean? This is where the real money lies. Stocks, mutual funds, real estate. These gifts often provide tax benefits to the donor and more long-term value for your organization. But first, you need clear policies in place that shows donors that you're ready for meaningful partnerships beyond the checkbook. Shoot me an email at kari@inciteconsultinggroup.com, and I'll happily provide you with some of these templates for these policies. So third tip, partner with the private sector. Third on our list, corporate partnerships. And this is more than just slapping a logo on your banner at a 5K walk. First, we need to think creatively. Companies are looking for meaningful ways to engage with their communities. Start by identifying businesses that align with your values. Then create opportunities for mutual benefit. Event sponsorships can underwrite your costs and bring in new audiences. Employee giving programs like donation matching or volunteer hour credits amplify that impact with less effort. And don't forget to overlook in-kind support, meaning don't overlook in-kind support. A local print shop might donate materials. A tech company might offer software licenses or consulting hours. That's real value that frees up your budget. When done right, these partnerships grow into long-term alliances, with companies becoming champions of your mission, not just occasional funders. And get creative. Explore fresh funding avenues. Well, now is the time to be a little unconventional about how we're going to make it rain for our organizations. Traditional galas and auctions have their place, but nonprofits standing out in your communities are experimenting. Think escape rooms, chef battles, pop up art shows, or even branded merchandise. One organization I work with launched a mission themed subscription box and sold it out in a week. You can also monetize what you already do well. If your team has expertise, considering offering workshops or consulting services to others in your sector. It turns your team's knowledge into a sustainable revenue stream. And don't do it alone. Partner with local creatives, musicians, or small businesses for collaborative events or online auctions. These fresh ideas can bring in new donors and breathe new life into your brand. And fifth, right, we've always got to have some goals and we always need to visualize our progress. So the fifth and final strategy that I have for you today may not be flashy, but it's absolutely essential. You've got to set SMART goals for your revenue diversification efforts. So remember SMART, S is specific, know what kind of funding you're aiming to grow. M, measurable, track actual dollars or number of donors. A, achievable. Be ambitious, but stay realistic. And folks, pro tip, set your goals based on data, not by comparing yourself to the nonprofit across town. R, relevant. Tie the goal directly to your mission needs. And T, time bound. Give yourself a deadline because we all procrastinate. So don't stop there. Use visual tools like charts, graphs, dashboards to track your revenue mix. Excel, Google Sheets, even donor management systems can help. When you see where your funding is coming from, you can make smarter decisions about where to focus next. Plus, it's a great way to tell your story to your board or funders and show growth over time. So let's recap those 5 SMART strategies. Using tech to build reoccurring donations and empower peer-to-peer fundraising. Cultivate major donors and make it easy to give non-cash assets. Partner with businesses through sponsorships, partnerships, employee giving, and in-kind support. Get creative with fresh, engaging, unexpected fundraising ideas. And set SMART goals and use data visualization to track and guide your growth. Diversifying your nonprofit's funding sources isn't just a one-time task. It's an evolving practice. It takes experimentation, reflection, and persistence. But the payoff, never mind being able to sleep at night, greater resilience, new partnerships, and a more stable path forward. Thanks so much for listening today. If you found this episode helpful, consider sharing it with your team or your board. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Kari's Confessions for more practical insights every month. Make sure to follow me on your favorite streaming platforms, including YouTube, Apple, and Spotify. And for additional resources, follow me on LinkedIn. You can also check out my website at inciteconsultinggroup.com. Until next time, keep experimenting and keep connecting. Have a great week.